Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. I'm Isabel and this is my library. In today's video, I'm bringing you along with me to set up my new work planner. So a lot of you who watch this channel have been following my reading journal updates, my reading journal decorating. Today I bring you a video that is still a decorating video, but a little bit different. I have gone ahead and purchased this brand new hourly planner in an attempt to achieve planner peace. As you guys know, it's always so difficult to move from journal to journal and planner to planner and have one or two places where most of our dates and important times and record keeping can take place. And so today is the day that I try and move into this brand new work planner. So this planner is not a lesson planner. I do have some videos planned to show you a little bit of my lesson planning planner. This is mostly going to be a planner that helps me keep track of my hour-to-hour schedule, meeting times, planning to record videos, reading times, buddy reads, that kind of a thing. So it's more of a practical kind of journal, if you will. And yeah, it's the first time I've used anything by this brand, so I'm pretty excited. So let's first take a look at what this is like on the inside. So it does have some interesting things here in the front, my dreams, my visions, my goals, which I think is wonderful if you're interested in this kind of journal to help you track these things. I really don't plan on using this for much other than my monthly overviews and my day-to-day hourly appointments, that kind of a thing. So once we get to this section here, I do like that it does not have any dates already set on here. It's just blank. We can write down our month and year right over here. It has blank dots for the dates. You can go ahead and handwrite those or use stickers, whatever kind of works for you. But I do like that it is blank so you can continue using it from year to year. For example, my lesson planning notebook I use from year to year because I do not consume that many pages from it. So I do like that this, in a similar way, can be something that I use from year to year. If I don't do one for each month, if I decide that there's a couple months I don't want to use it. So I like the flexibility of it. So the first few pages are all empty month calendar pages. And then once we get to this section here is where we have our week to week. So this includes week priorities, work and life balance goals, a quick to-do list, a habit tracker if you need it, a dot grid down here if you need it. And then more importantly, for me at least, we have here the Monday through Sunday work week. And we have from 6 in the morning to 9 p.m. at night to include all of our different appointment times, meetings, scheduled lives, planning to record videos, so on and so forth. So that's pretty much it. The rest of this is the same weekly pages. And then once we get to this back area here, it does include a monthly budget, an expense tracker, spending analysis. So if you're someone who's interested in this, this does include it. I can imagine this is very useful if you're someone who likes to track things like that. We also have a debt tracker. And lovely, we have some dot grid here at the back. So that's always nice to have. If you're at a meeting and you don't have your notebook, awesome. I think this also brought some stickers. Let me see. Yeah. So this brought a couple stickers. We have holidays, credit card this week, important. Here we have some words, inspirational words, and also some labels. We have more stickers here. And then we have here samples, I think, of how you can use this journal, which I think is awesome. I love it. So we're going to go ahead and give this a try. I, of course, do use my iPhone's calendar app. That's something that I faithfully use. In addition to that, I also use my Outlook calendar for work. So there are quite a few places where I do track my dates and my meetings. But there's just something to be said about having your month laid out flat in front of you while you're planning or working. And the same thing with having your week laid out in front of you. I do find myself in a lot of meetings sometimes not wanting to go through my phone to jot things down. So having a place to kind of do that on the go is going to be wonderful for me. So before I start moving officially into this for the upcoming year, I want to take a moment to look at some of the options that I have for some deco sheets. So I do have so many of these. I went ahead and pulled from my closet the first kind of photo album that I found that had a couple of these on there. I haven't really used one of these in a while. I think it's been about a year or two since I have been using a physical planner for dates and such like that. So I'm going to try it out and see how I like it for a couple months and see if it gives me planner peace, right? So here we have this very tropical looking one. This might be a go for me actually for that first month, but let's check out what else is on here. And I have been collecting these throughout the years. If you want specifics as far as where these are from, I can give you more info about that, but I'll try off the top of my head while we're flipping through. This is a Simply Gilded one. So is this one. This is Sugary Gal Shop, which I believe is an Etsy shop that I've ordered from before. This is another Simply Gilded. More of these and more Simply Gilded. These are the old Simply Gilded ones. I think this one's been used. I think I started using that one. Some of these are a lot of fun. I am looking for something that does have date dots and everything already to kind of make my life a little bit easier for now. This is Sweet Bean Plants. I love this stuff too. And yeah, this one is really old. Simply Gilded. All right, so I think I'm going to go with that first one. Oh, this is a pretty bibliophile one. Bean Sprout Paper Co. It's been a little bit since I've ordered from some of these shops. This is Every Minute a Story. Love these so much. All right, so I think this is pretty, but more for the fall. I'm going to go with this first one. So let's see what's in here. Let's see what this kit brought. All right, so we have here date dots, and I like this kind of neon pink matte. Then we have icon sheet. And we have some of these very colorful stickers, dots, some icons. We have these very pretty bow stickers. And then what I want to look at is the actual kit. Okay, perfect. So we do have for 2 full weeks. And we have some stickers. So yeah, I think this is going to work for that first monthly, and for the weekly. So yeah, let's go ahead and give this one a shot and see how this ends up coming out. All right, so as of the filming of this video, we are at the ending of July. I do not want to do a July monthly or week. I am actually going to start with August. I'm going to start with the month of August, and I'm going to start with the first week of August. August is pretty much back to school for me. I do return to work August 11th, but there's a lot of prepping that is involved before. July, I'm still kind of on vacation mode, and as of the filming of this, we only have maybe like 3 or 4 days left of July. So I think I'm gonna go ahead and start with August. All right, so we do not have any monthly things on here, so I'll have to handwrite here that information. But we do have our date dots, so I can do this entire month. Let's see what this page looks like over here real quick. What am I going to need for this? So this doesn't really include the date here, which is interesting. I wish I kind of had that, because now I'm going to have to handwrite the date on the side there. Okay, that's an interesting choice there. All right, so I won't be needing the date dots here, but I will be needing them for the monthly, so that works out perfectly fine. And let's see. So we'll go ahead and start with the numbering for August. So August 1st is that Friday, so I'm going to go ahead and begin here with 1. And I'll go ahead and speed you through the placement of the date dots as I go ahead and take my time, making sure that these are perfectly lined up and that they look good and all that stuff. So I'll speed you through this now very quickly. All right, so the date dots have all been placed. So a few thoughts. It does not have the extra box set for the 31st, so I did have to bring up the 31st here. Not sure how much I love that. So that's an interesting choice for this planner. And yeah, I mean, you know, it always varies wherever the dates are landing, but I don't know if I love that look. But so far so good. We are already set up with our date dots. So now we have a bunch of icons left on here. So I'm ready to add some of these decorations onto here. I'm ready to label some of these things. So let's go ahead and kind of decorate a little bit, and I'll go ahead and do that, and then of course bring you back once I'm done putting down whatever I think is kind of important and should be on there. All right, so I went ahead and added this full box right here, Belief in Your Dreams. I added a little checklist to do, and then I added these 4 half boxes to kind of give the page a little bit of color. I haven't really filled out the month's goals, and I'm not going to do that really right now. And these motivational, inspirational things I will do to make this month great. Not really going to fill that out either, but what I do want to fill out is things that are already on my schedule for August. So I'll go ahead and add whatever dates I do have for that. And then, of course, I'll bring you back. So I'll speed you through that as I'm looking at different places, trying to mark where all my important dates are. I think I'm going to go ahead and use my Precise V5 rolling ball pen to mark these. I hope, I didn't really test out this paper, but I am hoping that this doesn't bleed through. We will see. All right, I'll bring you back in a minute. All right, guys, so I've gone ahead and labeled this August 2025, and I've inputted some important dates that I had on there. And there are a couple more meetings and dates that I do have to add onto here, but don't have those ready just yet. So I'm going to go ahead and move us to that first week of August. So I'm going to go ahead and set that up now. We'll bring this down. I do like that this journal does have various ribbons or strings as bookmarks, because there's quite some shifting going on. I do wish that the monthly view were followed by the weekly views. I feel like now I have to jump from this section to this section, so I'm not sure how much I love that or how much that will bother me. I will let you know within the next couple of weeks. So I'm going to move over here. Let me make sure this is the first one. So this will be the first week of August. All right, so this was a pretty short first week because we do start August 1st on a Friday. So I went ahead and just did that Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. But I am thinking I'll go ahead and add the dates for the others just for that ending of July to take advantage of this area right here. So let's actually go ahead and fill that in now. In case you're wondering, it is difficult sometimes to find a pen that will write on your stickers. There are quite a few that I do like, but this Pilot multi-ball is absolutely excellent for that. There's no smudging, it dries super fast, and yeah, it's something that I really, really like. So let me go ahead and add two here. We'll go ahead and add July 31st and the 30th, the 29th, and the 28th. So I'll get you caught up in a moment. All right, so I went ahead and added those dates onto there. I also added important and some little checklists over here and a full box here to give it a little bit of color. And it's minimal, honestly, the amount of space for decorating, and I'm kind of okay with that. I think long gone are the days that I want to do overlays on each of the boxes and, you know, draw out my own boxes, and I wanted something quick and easy. And this was pretty quick to just do the monthly overview and the first week. So I think we're doing great with that. So I'm going to go ahead and stop this, and I will catch you up once I do complete the rest of the weeks. But that's pretty much the setting up of this planner. I've never really used this before. Hopefully this works out for me. I'll come back and give you a little bit of an update on how this Go Girl Planner Pro is working out for me. But yeah, I'm pretty satisfied with how that came out. So that's pretty much all for me for this video today. I hope you enjoyed it, and I hope this hourly planner works out for me, and I'll get you guys caught up and give you some feedback after I have lived in it for a week or so. And yeah, thank you guys so much for watching, and please make sure, if you haven't subscribed yet, to do that and like this video and leave me some comments below. Have you used this brand of planner before? How have you liked it, and did it bother you that the weekly is not next to the monthly? Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. As always, thank you guys so much for watching. Till next time, bye.